morning. So I'm Kendall Rainey. I'm the Director of Athletics here at UVA-Wise, and it is my sincere pleasure to welcome everybody to the 2022 Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony and homecoming 2022 as well. We've certainly got a full day planned. The alumni office and Corey Sanchez and Valerie Lawson have us a full day ahead, but extremely excited to kick off the day with this Hall of Fame induction. A lot of good company, a lot of great stories, and honoring some of the best Cavaliers in UVA-Wise athletic history. Events like this are the highlight of what I get to do here at the college because we have alums, current athletes, coaches, faculty, friends, staff from all eras coming together. And that really is what makes special moments. Just the conversations this morning are the special moments. And that really reaffirms my pride in UVA-Wise. So after a 3-year hiatus on induction ceremonies due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Hall of Fame Committee has selected a tremendous group of champions and competitors for the 2022 class. Whether they were building the solid foundation for their sport programs like Roderick or April, or were a key figure in continuing to grow championship traditions like Jason, Shelly, and Steve, all 5 of today's honorees have left a lasting legacy at UVA-Wise. Their accolades, statistics, and team successes speak for themselves. But the crowd here today truly illustrates the impact that these 5 Hall of Famers have had on their teammates, their sport programs, UVA-Wise, and the surrounding community. I'm confident that we are all very proud to know them and call them part of our family. So congratulations to Roderick, April, Jason, Shelly, and Steve. A big, well-deserved honor, and so I'll give you a hand clap before we even get started today, just for making it here and taking the time to be here. It's awesome to have all 5 people right in front of us, and welcome home. So congratulations to you guys. So just a few housekeeping items before we get started, and I turn it over to the Chancellor. Be sure to eat at the alumni picnic in the tent in the parking lot after today's ceremony. Use your program to enter the game. So you'll have your program, take a program from here, tell them at the gate you were at the Hall of Fame ceremony. That's how you'll get into the football game. Inductees will be recognized pregame. So we'll meet under the goalpost on the field house side about 12:40. So inductees will be honored pregame and serve as honorary captains for the football game today. And a recording of today's event will be on YouTube in 1 week, so we can't live stream due to SAC policy, but it will be on YouTube in 1 week, so you guys can look for today's ceremony digitally out there on the internet in a week. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chancellor Henry to get us started with some remarks.
Good morning, everyone. And like Kendall, I want to welcome you all home. It's wonderful to have you here at UVA-Wise for this special day. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony to honor our new inductees. We've looked forward to today for several years, and it's wonderful for you all to be here with us. I'm especially pleased to welcome so many alumni, donors, and friends. Our athletics program is one we should all be proud of. At UVA-Wise, student athletes comprise more than 25% of our student body, approximately 300 student athletes each year. Our student athletes are great champions and advocates for our college. They spread Cavalier pride at home, at school, in-state, and out of state. They're great ambassadors for our college and for our region. Their efforts as student athletes are paying off in ways they may not know of or fully appreciate until the future. Due to their experience in collegiate athletics, they have already practiced important values and exercised important skills that will serve them well in their lives. They understand perseverance, time management, teamwork, and communication. They have a never-give-up attitude. They understand what winning feels like, and it feels great. Losing, on the other hand, does not. but they appreciate how wins and losses help them grow and improve. This mindset will prepare them for what they do now and for what they do in their futures. Our student athletes remain committed to their academic growth. I'm proud to say that in spring 2022, 72 student athletes received Dean's List recognition, and the overall student athlete GPA for last academic year was 3.01. Exactly 100 student athletes earned South Atlantic Conference Commissioner's Honor Roll, having a 3.3 GPA, and 38 student athletes were honored with the D2 ADA Academic Achievement Award, which recognizes juniors and seniors with a 3.5 or higher GPA. Our student athletes set high standards for themselves in the areas of teamwork, continuous self-improvement, and determination. In the 2021-22 year, 14 Highland Cavaliers earned all South Atlantic Conference honors, and in the 2020 baseball catcher Tyler Blom was awarded the first Rawlings Gold Glove in school history. Last year, several of our teams defeated nationally ranked opponents, including softball over Anderson and Lincoln Memorial, and football over Lenore Rhine. In the first week of this football season, Kellen Dalton was named SAC Special Team Player of the Week after a 50-yard field goal. Go Cavs, go. In the SAC, we're developing regional rivalries with schools like Mars Hill and Carson Newman, and rekindling some old ones, including Tusculum and Emory and Henry. Particularly, mark your calendars for the first week of October when we host Emory and Henry in volleyball on the 4th, and we travel to Emory for football on the 8th. Athletics is a central part of our Honor the Future campaign, where our goals are to raise $20 million to support athletic scholarships, athletic operations and facilities, including new field turf at Smith Stadium's Beatty Richmond Field, Stallard Field, and Cavalier Field. We're also excited to be starting a track and field program with plans to compete in both indoor and outdoor season beginning next academic year. Coach Andrew Howard has joined us, and he is on the recruiting trail and is very focused on talent in our region. In just a few minutes, we will induct our newest members into the UVA-Wise Athletic Hall of Fame. Their names will be placed on the Athletic Hall of Fame display, which is located up here on the concourse. Before we move on with our program, I would like to recognize our past honorees who are with us today. Would Athletic Hall of Fame inductees from previous years please stand and be recognized? Now I'll turn it over to Kendall to continue our program.
All right, so at this time, if you'll direct your attention to the screen, we'll begin our induction with Roderick Full-Time Burnett.
A Fort Myers, Florida native, Roderick Full-Time Burnett followed cousin and fellow UVA-Wise Hall of Famer Greg Thomas to Southwest Virginia to play collegiate football. As was the case with Thomas, fans of Southwest Virginia's team would relish the opportunity to see him play each week. Burnett earned All-America acclaim for his play at defensive back, but he meant much more to the Cavaliers. Burnett suited up at wide receiver and punt returner, in addition to his play in the defensive secondary, to garner the nickname Full-Time. For his career, Burnett registered 143 tackles, a school record 14 interceptions, forced 2 fumbles, recovered 5 fumbles, blocked a punt, returned 20 punts for 339 yards, and caught 13 passes for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns. In 1996, Burnett aided UVA-wise to a number 4 national ranking as the program advanced to the NAIA playoffs following a 10-0 regular season. That fall, the Cavaliers ranked second nationally in pass defense as the unit held opponents to just 109.5 passing yards per game. A big reason was Burnett, who ranked 7th nationally in interceptions per game at 0.7. His 7 interceptions that season still remains a single-season school record. Selected to play in the National All-Stars Football Classic and All-American Bowl College All-Star games following his senior season, Burnett aided the Cavaliers to a national ranking of 18 in the final NAIA poll in 1997. That season, he earned honorable mention All-America acclaim by both the NAIA and Football Gazette, while being selected first-team All-Virginia by the Roanoke Times. Burnett earned a degree in interdisciplinary studies from UVA-wise before later adding a master's degree in public safety from Capella University. Today, he lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he works as a probation officer for the federal government.
Rod, would you come up? Which side do you want us over here? Congratulations. This way? How's that? I do it every time it tells me. Would you like to make some remarks?
Oh, I get to talk. They don't usually let me get the microphone too much because I don't know how to hush. But first of all, I want to thank everybody, all my teammates. I'm very honored, blessed to be here. I'm honored to be selected in Induction. I'd like to thank all of my coaches, my family, my wife, my kids, my mother for having the courage to let me travel 15 hours away from home when I first came up here in '94, and we only got to go home like 2 times a year, Christmas and when the summer when school was out, and that was it. But we was grateful to have our teammates, the Grants, my host parents, Ken and Peggy Bolden. We spent most of our Thanksgivings with other people, with our teammates' families, because we couldn't afford to go home. It was way too far to get home. But I'd like to thank all y'all, Coach Wassam and Coach Ramside. Many folks don't know how, if you don't know how full-time came about. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida. Deion Sanders is from Fort Myers, Florida. He was prime time, but he just got in for big plays and things of that nature. So they called him prime time. Coach Ramside called me after practice one day. He said that several of our skilled players got cold feet, couldn't cut it, and they went home. So we were short at receivers and some of the skilled players. So he called me in the office, man, he said, Rod, you're going to have to play both ways this year. I didn't say anything. He said, all season long, you're going to have to play both years. I didn't say anything. He said, so just make sure, I know you're in shape, you're not going to have any problem. You're just going to have to play both ways all year long, and special teams. I said, okay, coach. Went back to my dorm room, and that was it. I had to play both ways all season long. But the confidence that he had in me, he didn't say, can you play 2 downs? Can you play half the season? He just said that we need you to do it, and you're going to play full time all year long. So for him to have that confidence in me, and me to say, but coach, just didn't go together at all. And I don't know how, I haven't been back in a while, but I can tell you that the Southwest Virginia community is how we got by 10-0, 11-2, a 4-year winning season. Because the support that they gave us, let me tell you, you would think J.J. Kelly was the Alabama University field, because they sold out all the time. They really did. And that support was really what got us through. I mean, they didn't leave until there were all zeros on the clock, and you still had to run them out of the stadium then, win or lose. I'm very grateful to be a part of Southwest Virginia's team. UVA wise, it was Clinch Valley College when I was here. It's going to always be Clinch Valley College right here. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Roderick. At this time, we will do our second induction. If you'll turn your attention back to the screen for the induction of April Dameron.
Jenkins, Kentucky native April Dameron was the first in a long lineage of great Highland Cavalier pitchers. The right-hander led a pitching staff that guided UVA-wise to 4 consecutive regional tournament appearances in a pair of conference championships over her 4 seasons inside the circle. A 3-time All-Conference and 2-time All-Region selection, Dameron was named UVA-wise Female Athlete of the Year following her senior season after guiding the Cavs to the 2004 Appalachian Athletic Conference crown. When Dameron's career ended, she held career school records for ERA at 2.27, lowest opponent batting average at 164, wins with 53, appearances at 65, starts 56, complete games 49, shutouts 6, and innings pitched 516 in the third. Her 2003 season is one of the single best pitching seasons in school history. Dameron tossed 115 1/3 innings while holding opponents to a single season school record 104 batting average. That spring, Dameron won 13 games while going the distance in 14 of 20 games she started. For her career, Dameron registered a 53-25 record with a 2.27 ERA and 367 strikeouts. She graduated from UVA-wise with a degree in psychology before going on to become one of the more successful high school softball coaches in Kentucky history. At the helm of Jenkins High School, Dameron recorded 285 wins over 12 seasons to rank top 25 in Kentucky state history. Today, she serves as an assistant softball coach and university drug counselor at the University of Pikeville.
Forgive me, I haven't given a public speech since I graduated high school. So I'm extremely honored to be included in this class with the other amazing athletes, 2 of whom I actually know, Steve and Shelly. I'm really great friends with Shelly. But my time at Wise, I had an amazing time at Wise. My coaches, Coach Lisa Minton gave a girl from a small school in Eastern Kentucky a chance to play at the next level, and I was extremely thankful for that. Coach Wayne Leftwich, and then Coach Jimmy Mitchell, who's here today, and he is my lifelong friend, and I'm so thankful for everything that he's done for me and my family. At Wise, my teammates made me look a lot better than I really was. All the stats, I have to give a lot of props to my defense. They made me really look good, and so I'm so thankful for playing 4 years with an amazing group of women each year. And softball for me, that's my job now, so it's like it's never left me. So I'm grateful to be able to continue the sport that I love in my job today. I've made amazing friends throughout, and it's great to see former girls that I've coached at the college level and at the high school level here today. And so I just want to thank the board for deeming me worthy of this honor. And so thank you all. And yeah, that's all.
I think April's being a little modest. I got to play center field for 3 seasons behind her, and I didn't have a lot of action out there. I got to see a lot of strikeouts, so that's a little modest. Congratulations, April. Well deserved. We'll turn our attention to the screen for our next inductee, Jason Lovett.
A Fredericksburg, Virginia native, Lovett came to UVA Wise after originally committing to Virginia Military Institute. The decision to become a Highland Cavalier proved to be highly beneficial for Lovett and UVA Wise. A fearless receiver, Lovett was a 3-time All-Conference pick who earned All-America status following his junior season and preseason All-America honors prior to his senior campaign. A member of UVA Wise's 2007 Mid-South Eastern Division Championship squad, Lovett set 3 new single-season records that fall, as he caught 74 passes for 1,058 yards and 17 touchdowns. The 17 touchdown receptions remains a single-season school record. That season, the Cavs finished the year ranked number 14 in the nation, as the team posted a 9-2 record. UVA Wise led the NAIA at 49.5 points per game and ranked second in total offense at 515.5 yards a contest. A big reason why was the success the team had throwing the football, as the offense passed for more than 331 yards a game. For his career, Lovett holds the program record for receiving touchdowns with 45, while ranking third in receiving yards at 2,851 and third in receptions with 171. Following his collegiate career, Lovett would qualify for the National Combine in Indianapolis after posting a 43.5 vertical and a 4.31 time in the 40. He would later play 4 seasons of professional football, spending 3 seasons with the Richmond Raiders in the PILF, where he was a 3-time All-Pro selection. A sociology major, Lovett is a special needs teacher at Matthews Center in Northern Virginia.
Jason?
Thank you so much. Whew. Wow, it feels good to be back in Southwest Virginia. From the country twang to the slow pace to the inviting people that'll give you the Stetson off their head on a sunny day. I love this place. Hadn't always been like that, though. I remember when me and my dad first came up Tacoma Mountain. If y'all ain't been on Tacoma Mountain, it's rough. Hey, baby. My daughter, she's excited for me. But I remember we first came up Tacoma Mountain Road. The day before, we went to a DMV in Northern Virginia. I had to wait 5 hours just to get seen. But I remember coming up Tacoma Mountain, and my dad looked at me. He said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And, you know, I was on the fence about it. I had just transferred in from another school, and he just looked at me and all candid and said, "At least you won't have to wait in line at the DMV." But, I mean, this place has gave me so many good memories. I coon hunted for the first time, mud bogged for the first time, seen a kid sleep with a dip in his mouth for 8 hours. It's just a different culture out here, and I love it, and I grew to really appreciate it. This place has done so much for me. There's so many professors that have touched my life. Dr. Costa, I've seen you earlier, a very witty professor, introduced me to the wonderful whites of West Virginia. Excellent program. Cynthia Newland, didn't even see you, you're here. She spent countless hours on me and my writing. My writing is kind of like my speech, you know, it's just one giant run-on sentence. But she helped me out so much. She helped a lot of the teammates out. She worked really hard. So many other people. Of course, I'd like to thank my family. I mean, you guys dealt with a lot with me. I'm a handful. I was a handful growing up. My aunt and uncle, you haven't missed a game of mine. You've been to Louisiana on a Thursday, Wise on a Thursday, which is a 7-hour trip. You guys have been everywhere for me. You guys have been my rock. Both of my parents passed away early, and they just stepped right in and gave me that support system. All the rest of my family, my sister, you're a beautiful woman. My aunt and uncle for being here. My great friends. I was really lucky to have really good friends growing up because I was a wild kid. Never did anything bad. I was just wild. I had fun. And two of my really good friends are back there now. We just had a good old time. Never crossed the line, though. But there's so many people to appreciate. My football coach, Bruce Wassam, you drew him up, and I just executed. That's all I did. I had two really good quarterbacks, too, Randy Heppard and Brad Robbins. Brad's dad is a local legend around here. Really look up to him, Phil. But there's just so many people here that have put an imprint on my life. I love this area, and I really appreciate this honor. It's a really big opportunity for me to stand up here today and talk to you guys. So for that, I appreciate it, and thank you guys so much.
Congratulations, Jason. Super well deserved. At this time, we will turn our attention to the screen for our next inductee, Shelly Newton.
A native of Chesapeake, Virginia, Shelly Newton was a 4-time All-Conference and 4-time All-Region selection who powered the Cavaliers to 3 Appalachian Athletic Conference crowns, 2 NAIA Region 12 championships, and 2 berths in the NAIA World Series. The future Hall of Famer made her impact on the program immediately. As a freshman, Newton lined a single-season school record 20 doubles. That spring, Newton posted a team-high 42 RBI and a team-best .512 slugging percentage as part of a season that saw her produce 15 multi-hit games. Named the 2008 AAC Player of the Year, Newton hit .379 that season as she lined 19 extra base hits in 43 games. Her play was at its best that season in the Region 12 tournament when she posted a .467 batting average while lining 7 doubles in the tournament. The catcher finished her career as the program's career leader in doubles with 63 and games played with 209. Additionally, Newton ranked second in program history in slugging percentage at .577, second in hits with 231, second in RBI with 183, second in total bases at 379, third in career home runs with 25, fifth in on-base percentage at .401, and fifth in runs scored with 145. A talented defensive catcher, Newton made just 4 errors without allowing a passed ball over her final 102 starts while throwing out 14 would-be base stealers in the stretch. Newton earned her degree from UVA-Wise in health and physical education before spending 6 seasons as an assistant coach with the program. In 2009, UVA-Wise won the AAC tournament before the program made history in 2014 by becoming the first athletic team at UVA-Wise to win a conference title at the NCAA Division II level when the softball team secured the Mountain East Conference Tournament Championship with Newton on staff. Today, Newton lives in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Good morning. A little out of sorts. I can't flow as nicely as those other speeches, so I will be reading it. Oh, thank you. I'm honored to be chosen as a member of the UVA Wise Athletic Hall of Fame and would like to extend my thanks to the Highland Cavalier Club for the nomination and consideration of the committee. I have many people to thank for their guidance and support in reaching this milestone in my career. In the fall of 2004, after not making the Liberty softball team and swearing off softball forever, my dad suggested that I email one more coach that was looking for a catcher in the spring. Basically, the pitcher for UVA Wise was also the catcher at the time. So I emailed the coach to set up a visit, and I always thought that I had initiated the contact between me and Coach Raby. I didn't learn until 4 weeks ago that my dad had actually met her at a tournament in the fall of 2004, and that's where he learned that she was looking for a catcher, and that was the only time he crossed that parent-coach line to promote me. I've had about 5 weeks to work on this speech. I knew it would be difficult narrowing down one story, one memorable story out of all the memories that I've made here in my playing and coaching career. So I let it come naturally, and something triggered the 2005 regional championship game. So the winner would go on to the NAIA College World Series, which would have been our first. Okay. Nicole Poore had pitched 6 beautiful innings. Like, that is the game of your life. Before Tennessee Wesleyan started to figure it out, in the bottom of the 7th. Coach Raby decided to make a pitching change, and she went with freshman lefty Amanda Wheeler. She would be facing the heart of Tennessee Wesleyan's lineup. After she finished warming up, we all huddled in the pitching circle together, trying to remain calm and collective. Before breaking for our positions, Wheeler asked one basic question that I'll never forget. She asked, "We still get to go in and hit if they score, right?" We all looked at each other, and our first baseman, Courtney Brandon, said, "Yeah, buddy, yeah, we get to go in and hit. So it'll be fine." So that took all the pressure off of her. She ended up getting the next 2 outs, and we won that championship game. That was a really special team, a special year with a special coach. With that being said, I just have a few people to recognize and thank. I'd like to thank Rusty Necessary for selling the college so well on a really dreary October day. He did such a fantastic job putting packages together for our recruits, and he's part of the reason why I decided to come to UVA Wise. Ray Spinella for his wisdom, which he continued to give in line at the post office. Kendall Rainey for keeping me grounded. And my cousins Donna Hale and Justina Fuller for being so supportive throughout my entire career. I would like to thank Tori Raby for taking a chance on me and helping me get my foot in the door of collegiate coaching. And really this whole, our softball program wouldn't be where it is today without her. I would, Lauren Sneed, Queen of the Circle, for giving me the satisfaction of being able to call a beautiful high screwball for a strike. My longtime best friend, Ashley Addington, for being clutch in pinch hit situations and for having to endure being my best friend for so long. April Dameron for making it totally acceptable for wearing sunglasses on the field at all times. There was nothing more intimidating than having to face April Dameron in the batter's box. Thankfully, I never had to. And lastly, well, not lastly, I would like to thank both Tori Raby and Karen Bitter for playing a significant role in developing my own coaching philosophies. I learned a lot of new useful things from Karen that I utilized in my coaching career after UVA-Wise. I also found more traditional coaching techniques that I learned from Tori to implement successfully. She taught me that it was best not to overcoach. Most importantly, my dad. I can't really say enough, I wouldn't be here without you. You made this all possible. And thank you for always proving me wrong when I refused to listen. All my life. Just a shout out to my Jenkins family and Team 15. Are you here? Okay. A few members. That was a special team. And I believe that is all. So thank you so much. I'm thrilled. This is a great, great class to be a part of. Thank you so much, everyone.
So again, I didn't know that Wheeler said that because only the infield huddled. But thank God for Courtney because that probably calmed her nerves. My memory of that game is the last out when Terry Ann decided to catch the last foul ball like this with no two hands, nothing that you would ever teach anyone to do. But she called it, we won, moved on, and it was definitely a very special season, as Shelly referenced. So at this point, we will turn our direction to the screen for the induction of Steve Tyler.
A native of Virginia Beach, Virginia, Steve Tyler came to UVA-Wise to play football before a knee injury changed his course. Tyler would approach then head baseball coach Hank Banner about joining the program, and the rest is history. Tyler would earn Appalachian Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year honors his first season in a baseball uniform before capping his career as an All-American. The combination makes him the only player in program history to earn both awards during their career. Known for his versatility and level-headedness, Tyler made an instant impact on the diamond. He batted .403 with 13 doubles, 7 home runs, and 34 RBI in his inaugural collegiate campaign while swiping 7 bases. In addition to his AAC Freshman of the Year honor, Tyler also picked up all AAC acclaim for his work. Tyler would continue to be Mr. Consistent over the next 2 seasons by batting over .300 and combining to line 18 doubles. However, it was his senior season in 2002 when everything came together for the eventual UVA-Wise Hall of Famer. As a senior, Tyler hit .429 with a single-season program record 21 doubles and single-season program record 55 runs scored. That season, he reached base at a .513 clip while slugging .742 en route to honorable mention All-America status. Tyler's work aided the Cavaliers to the NAIA Region 12 tournament, marking the program's first appearance since 1990. Overall, Tyler ranks second in program history with 145 RBI, second in doubles with 52. His 207 hits ranks third. He's also third in slugging percentage at .615 and career home runs with 25. He ranks 7th all-time in batting average at .370 and 8th in on-base percentage at .438. Off the field, Tyler served as a member of the UVA-Wise Student Government Association while also serving as a student representative to the College Board. Additionally, he served various leadership roles with Pi Lambda Pi fraternity. He graduated from UVA-Wise with degrees in biology and foreign studies and has spent the last 20 years as a school teacher and middle school baseball coach. Today, he lives in Virginia Beach with his family.
Thank you. Well, it is kind of weird being up here now. I feel like what all y'all are feeling when y'all came up here. It's kind of intimidating. I did make some notes as well, too, because I definitely cannot flow like some of you all did. So first off, I wanted to say good morning, and I wanted to congratulate all of the Hall of Fame inductees. Your accomplishments speak for themselves. They're absolutely incredible, and I'm truly just humbled and honored to be considered with you all because what we've heard today is just incredible. I have a list of people that I'd like to thank. First off, I would like to thank the college, the athletic department, and the Hall of Fame committee for this. When I found out, I was floored. I was completely, my breath was taken away. It was really a great thing. Of course, I'd like to thank my parents. My mom couldn't make it today. She's back at home in Virginia Beach. And my dad, he's looking down. If he was here, you all would know it. He would have been the biggest booming voice in here. He would have probably ran up here and gotten pictures. They were always, my biggest fans and biggest supporters. So I wish they could be here, but thankfully we'll be able to watch it on YouTube. So that's great. I'd like to thank Coach House. A few of you all remember Coach Mitch House, Coach White, Coach Bates. I'd like to thank Coach Spinella. He's a former coach and athletic director. And then, of course, I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Coach Banner. I'm so very thankful for Coach Banner and everything that he has done for me. Coach, you always looked out for me. You always treated me with an incredible level of respect. Never yelled at me, which was incredible because if you know Coach Banner, he can really get on it. It's crazy. But you gave me the opportunity to make lifelong memories here and lifelong friends here, especially when I was getting ready to transfer, and you offered me the opportunity to come back. For those of you that don't know, after my first year of baseball here, before the season, I'd actually applied to transfer, and I'd gotten accepted to William & Mary, and I was gone. Like, I had paid the room, and I met my roommate at William & Mary. Like, I was going, and then through a series of events between baseball and fraternity and all my friends, this place, like they talked about, it has a draw. It just brings you back. And before I left, I asked Coach Banner if he would talk to the coach at William & Mary and just say, hey, can you give this guy a chance to walk on? And he said, sure, but I'm not going to make that call until, the end of the summer. I was like, well, okay, I appreciate that. But he's like, if you change your mind and you want to come back, call me and we'll make things work out. And I was like, I appreciate it, but I didn't think that was going to happen. But the funny thing about this place, it draws you right back in. And it was about a week and a half before school started, I called him up. And him and Rusty Necessary, who I can't remember, somebody else commented on him, they said, can you be here in 2 days? I was like, yep. And they took care of everything. And I'm just truly grateful for everything you did for me. Thank you to my wife, Laura, and my son, Brooks, for being so excited and proud of me. Like, of course, he's now, like, biggest supporter. But, I mean, it's so cool, to talk about this stuff, but, they never obviously got to see me play and got to meet some of these guys, but just when they found out, he was jumping up and down, and, I mean, he was telling people as we were walking in, he's never met. He's like, my dad, he's going to the Hall of Fame. And you want to talk about such a cool moment, such a cool dad moment, right? Oh my God. So yeah, and those of you from the Hampton Roads area, you all know it's a trek to get out here. So I'm just really, really happy, and proud, and I love you both, and I'm just so over the moon to be able to share this with you. Finally, I want to thank my friends for being here. I mean, I have several friends here today. You guys are the reason behind why I'm up here today, 100%. If it was not for you all, I wouldn't be here. No way. I would have graduated from a different school. I mean, none of this would have happened. You've always been there for me and kept things fun and interesting and wild. you always looked out for me, and I'm just so excited and, just impressed. And I can't explain enough my gratitude for you all making the trip up here for this. This just really means a lot to me. So as far as memories, I was talking to Cuz this morning about it. I didn't know, when all this came about, they were like, oh, you got to do a speech. I was like, okay. And I started writing stuff down, and I ended up writing like this novel. And I'm like, Jesus, I can't read this. These people are gonna be like, let's go. We got a football game to go to. So, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and see kind of what comes to me. And this morning, I woke up and I started writing these notes down. I literally wrote this down this morning. And I saw Cuz this morning, and I was like, man, I could talk memories all day of just about me and him. Or just about me and Jesse, or me and Lutz, or me and Preston, like individually, I could talk all day, much less the team thing. But what I thought I'd talk about today, especially for the young guys that are here, is what the game of baseball did for me. So baseball was the first sport that I ever played, and it's given me a million things back. It's taught me a lot. It's taught me discipline. It's taught me that the work you put in will equal the success that you get out. If you work hard enough, you will succeed. It's allowed me the opportunity to travel and get an education. I mean, we traveled all over the place, and I got 2 degrees here from a great college. This is a biggie. It taught me to embrace those who doubt you and to not resent them and let them fuel the fire of your success. When I approached Coach Banner about even potentially playing baseball, because I came here for football, Coach Wassam and posthumously, there you go, Bill Ramsire brought me here. I'd never even heard of this school. But when I went to Coach Banner to ask him if I could even try out, he was like, I don't know. And I was like, really? He's like, what can you do? And I was like, well, I can play a little. Like, I'm not terrible, He's like, you can run, right? And I was like, yeah, I can run a little bit. He's like, okay. And he gave me a shot, and then it all kind of worked out. But obviously, looking at me, I'm not some big overbearing person or whatever, but the people that doubt you, don't ever let them keep you down or keep you from doing something you want to do. Put it right back in their face. Show them that you can do it. Let them fuel you. It's taught me that slumps happen both on the field and in life, and the rough patches you go through eventually do pass if you, continue to not give up. They're going to happen. It's taught me how to win with grace and also how to lose. It's an interesting stat that I was talking with my wife about. My freshman year here my first year playing baseball here was a tough year for baseball. We lost more games in that season than I had ever lost in all of my years of tournament baseball, junior high school, and high school combined. It was really crazy. We weren't used to losing, so this game has a funny way of just teaching you lessons. You learn how to lose, and then from that, you really learn how to win. Most of all, the game has given me a lifetime of memories, like my dad and I practicing. This is going to get me a little bit. He, every day, he would just, hey, do you want to go hit? Do you want to go hit? Yeah, all right, cool. And without fail, it would be hot or whatever, we would go and go to 7-Eleven, get a Slurpee or something after, and it's just little memories like that stick. And with him not being here, it just means a little more. Baseball gave me the opportunity to play in 2 World Series when I was young. One in Puerto Rico and one in Pennsylvania. That was the first time I ever flew on a plane, was by myself going to Puerto Rico to play in this World Series. It was crazy. I was like, I didn't know what to do. It allowed me to play in state championships throughout high school. It allowed us to win championships. It showed me what it felt like to win a championship, and it felt pretty good. playing here at UVA Wise, just memories here of this college. They're lifelong. Memories of Coach Banner and his uniquely awesome demeanor. Memories of my teammates and my friends and the wild times we had, right? Wild times like on the field picking up my buddy's tooth that got knocked out. Literally, we were looking for it, and Coach Banner was standing on it. And I picked it up and brushed off the rocks, and they put it wild. Me and one of my best friends, Cuz, in the summer playing home run derby on the field. We would just go out there and just hit because we loved it. My last game at regionals, I'll never forget. And memories of finishing my time here with no regrets and a full heart. And now the game's allowing me to make the best memories of my life now with my son. Hitting the ball in the backyard, coaching him in t-ball. He's 5 years old, just started playing t-ball. We play foam baseball in the house with a little Nerf ball. He wants to do that all day, every day, which is awesome. And then this, of course, this induction. Having my wife and son here today will be one of the best memories of my life. Again, I'm very humbled and honored to be part of this college's Hall of Fame. I really never imagined that this was going to happen. My fraternity has a motto that says, not 4 years, but a lifetime. And I truly believe that same motto applies to this college. The education, the friends, and the memories will be with me forever. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our new Hall of Fame inductees. In closing, our athletic and academic successes would not be possible without the strong foundation built by the exemplary services, academic excellence, and athletic prowess of those who came before. And that's why we're here today. We're so proud to honor our past and current inductees and all who have made enormous contributions to this college. The college's successes in the classroom and on the athletic field and court are not possible without all the people who advocate for the college and pour their resources, time, energy, and passion into UVA Wise. We sincerely appreciate all that you do, and I want to invite each of you to join us at the Alumni Association picnic that begins at 11 o'clock under the tent out here in the parking lot. So thank you all for coming out today. Please enjoy some social time together, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the day when we crush Barton on the football field. So go Cavs go, and have a great day.